right, good evening everyone. We're going to get started with our beginner bodyweight strength training class here. It's a 45-minute class, and I'm going to offer lots of options for all levels of fitness and ability. So your job in this class tonight is to monitor your own physiology, and you decide whether or not you want to work a little more or you want to work a little less during this class, okay? So our goal here is to feel successful by the end of the class, which means we've moved through it with a little bit of strength, maybe felt like we've made it a little bit further than last time, and with no pain in our joints and no sudden pain in our muscles. So let's just start with nice wide legs here, and we're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale, squat down, bend the knees. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, squat down. Good. So what we're doing here now is our warm-up. For the first 5 to 7 minutes of class, we just want to mobilize the joints and start waking everything up, including that blood flow. We want to get some of that nice oxygenated blood to our muscles. We're going to need it later on for sure. Last one here. Now we're going to stand tall and just tap one side and then the other. And now I want you to get down low. So just a little side step in a squat position. Suck your belly button toward the spine and breathe deep. Good, lower if you can. And the goal here is just to get those legs nice and warm and also to start waking up our core. 2 more on each side. 1 more on each side. Good. Now heel raise. Good, so let's get that heart rate up a little bit. So as you can see, we're back here now in the Zatzman Sportsplex. We're not open to the public just yet, but this is where I'll be live streaming classes from for the most part now. If you notice anything off about the visibility or the sound or anything, please let me know. This is our first day here in the studio, but we're glad to be back for sure. 8 more, 7, 6. Breathe deep. Half jumping jack. Just one side and the other. Good, and we're rotating those shoulders. Good. Keeping the elbows at 90 degrees if possible, and really working on opening up, waking up that rotator cuff. Sink lower. Good. So this will not be a cardio-based class. This is all strength-based movements, and the design of this class, the purpose of it is to help you to move better in the gym and in regular life. So I want you to really be tuning into those same muscle groups that we wake up here in class when you're doing anything else. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to stand tall. If you have a mat, you can come to the back of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, roll up, shoulders down. Reach up. Inhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, roll up, shoulders down, reach up, fold forward. 3 more just like that. So I want you to ease out the spine, start working out those back muscles. Last one right here. And we're going to forward fold and just hold here. Good. Now let's bend the knees and we're going to sit right down into the heels and just bring the hands to the floor in front of us. I want you to just do a little rock forward and back. See if you can find that stretch in the ankles and maybe also in the wrists if you're feeling ready for a little bit more here. Breathe deep. Good. And now let's walk the hands out into a plank pose on the knees or on the toes. Shoulders down and back. And your hands or your elbows are braced directly under the shoulders. Good. Now if your knees are up, tap one knee and bring it back up and then the other side. Good. If your knees are resting on the floor, you can lift one knee slightly and then the other, keeping the toes on the floor or lifting the entire leg. It's all up to you. Whatever it is you're doing, keep your shoulders down away from the ears and suck the belly button toward the spine to keep the core strong. Good. 3 more. 2. And let's come into our rock. Sit back, child's pose. Forward plank. On the knees, child's pose, to plank. Good, so now again, we're mobilizing those shoulders, we're engaging the core, sucking that belly button toward the spine, and breathing into the movement. Good, yep. 2 more, just like that. Last one here. Great job. Now let's roll over and we're going to really wake up the glutes and the core. I'd like you to lay right down on the floor here, shoulders down and back, away from the ears, and we're just going to relax the arms at the sides. Good. Now let's bring those shins up parallel with the floor. First I want you to set your position. Push your belly button down into the spine and the spine into the floor. Suck the abdomen in rather than pushing it out when you contract those muscles. We're going to tap one heel and then the other. See if you can relax through your upper body as you engage the muscles of the lower body. Good. I want you to feel everything in the middle of the body. Just crunch right in. Stabilize. Push your lower back down into the floor. 8 more just like that. 7. Good. 6, and smile because we're just getting started. Good. 4, 3, 2, and now you can stick with that move or come with me to straighten out the leg and almost tap that heel to the floor. Breathe deep. Inhale, center. Exhale, extend. Good, you're doing great, guys. You might start to feel this a little bit too much in the hip flexors, in which case you can bring that heel to the floor and just extend out and bring it back in, sucking that belly button toward the spine to make sure that you're really targeting those lower abdominal muscles. Good. 2 more. Last one here. Good. Release, stretch out whatever needs to stretch. And we're going to come into the middle abdominal muscles now. So you can just support the head with the fingertips, lift the heels up off the floor, take a deep breath in here, exhale, and just crunch up to your topmost point. And now here's where I want you to figure out what's working. So don't push your abs out, suck them in and down toward the floor. Your neck and shoulders are relaxed, and we want to bring that contraction into the middle abdominal muscles. Good, single reps, inhale down, exhale up, down and up, down and up. Keep your elbows wide. You can move slower than me if you want to. And if you want more than this, bring those shins up so that they're parallel with the floor. Good. Inhale down, exhale up. Right on, guys. Remember too, we're keeping that neck nice and long and neutral. The chin never comes to the chest. And make sure you're bringing it into those middle abdominal muscles. Never up high. Good. 2 more. Last one, that's all. Reach out, extend through the fingertips and toes. Great job, guys. Now we're going to come to the upper abdominal muscles. Let's sit up nice and tall, and we're going to come into that Pilates crunch. So, shoulders down and back, extending through the crown of the head, and our knees are pointed toward the sky, or you can extend the legs out all the way if that's what's most comfortable for you. I'd like you to first sit up tall, and then we're just going to lean back. This might be where you stay. Sucking the belly button toward the spine, grasping the knees or underneath the thighs, or even placing the fingertips on the floor if you need that support. Whatever position you're in, make sure that you never let the shoulders come forward, the head drop, or the chest cave in. So straight, long spine, and we're tipping back to engage those muscles at the top of the abdomen. If you want more, reach the arms up to align with the ears. Good. Now we should really feel everything working. Now if you're here in the full movement, or even if your hands are down, I want you to think about holding an orange right where your ribs meet in the center at the bottom of your solar plexus. We're going to inhale and extend. Exhale and crush the orange. Inhale, lift. Exhale and crush. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crush. Good. So, when you come into that crush, I want you to feel your ribcage squeeze on the side and then open up as you expand. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. So it's just the middle and upper back that we're squeezing, not the lower back. We're not bending forward. We're not letting the shoulders crowd the ears. We're just using that little tiny movement to engage those upper abdominal muscles. Good. Exhale, squeeze. Last 3. Inhale, lift. Last 2. Inhale, lift. Last 1. Great job. Okay, let's roll over again. We'll come onto the back and wake up those glutes. Grab water anytime you need it. Don't wait for me to tell you. And we'll come right down, laying on the back. Good. We're going to start with just a basic standard glute bridge. So I'd like you to start by inhaling here. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, down slow. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift up. So when you raise the hips, I want you to think about driving your heels down to the floor to lift the hips. Do not arch the lower back. We're not looking to get the hips as high as possible. We're just looking to find that glute engagement. Now, if you've never done these glute bridges before, I especially want you to make sure, or even if you have, your knees, hips, and ankles remain aligned, and we're pushing the heels into the floor. You can lift your toes up just a little bit if you're not sure. Good. 2 more just like that. Great. Last one here, and now we're just going to come into our easy march. Ready? 1 knee in and back. In and back. In and back. So now I want you to feel the body counterbalance. You're going to need to use the muscles of your core, which includes the muscles of your back, in order to maintain your stability and equilibrium here. Try not to move anything but the hips. Last 2 right here. 11. Hold it here. We're going to keep that leg straight and then lower it straight down and bring it back up. Good. We're going to do 6 of these. Nice and slow. Good. Here's 3. And up. Make sure there's no tension in your neck and shoulders. Push into your supporting heel. 2 more just like that. And last one. Now you can take a break or hold on top and come with me for the next move. Arms straight out to the sides, and the leg is going to lower out to the side, and then come back up. If you need less, bend the knee and open it out. That will mean less weight, or you can go straight down the middle like we did before. It's all yours. 4. Ooh, maintain that control. 5. Remember, no moving fast. You can always drop the hips if you need to. Last one here. And back up. Reset that foot. Take a break if you need to. Reset your position in that bridge pose. Heels, knees, and hips all lined up. And we'll bring the left knee to the chest, extend that leg, and now let's pulse. 1, 2, 3. Push in your supporting heel. Breathe. Good. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Hold it. Good. Stabilize. Now keep that leg straight. Lower it down. And raise it up. There's 1 of 6. 2. And up. Relax your neck and shoulders as much as you can. We're going to be doing a lot of very slow, controlled movements in this class, which is great because the slower you move, the more control you have, and the more endurance you're going to build. This is our last one. Reset, arms out to the sides, push into your supporting heel, and here we go, leg out to the side, and back up. And out to the side, and back up. Suck the belly button toward the spine. Feel your core strength supporting you. That's halfway. 4. Whew. Reach those arms out. Don't let your neck and shoulders tense. 5. And last one. And 6. Good. Heels back down to the floor. We're going to finish with one last glute move. So I'd like you to hold here on top. Relax the arms at your sides. Push the heels into the floor. You should feel those muscles now. Now we're going to pulse on top. For 8, 7, 6. Just 3 or 4 inches. 3, 2, 1. Inhale down, right back up. Pulse. 8, 7. Push your heels down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Inhale one more time. Back up. Pulse. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Release down. Let's sit up. Give those glutes and hamstrings a quick stretch. And then we're going to come over onto our elbows and knees for one last glute move. This is probably one of my all-time favorite bodyweight strength training glute moves because it's going to hit all of our gluteal muscles. So we're going to come on down here in our low table pose or low bear pose and just straighten the right leg right out. Toes are going to be on the floor. We're bracing everything. Now slowly lift the leg, tap to the outside. Lift the leg, tap to the inside. We're going to call this repetition 1. Up and out. Up and tap. Good. This is number 3. Up and tap. Up and 4. We're going for 8. Brace your core. See how high you can get. Up and tap. Up and 6. Up and tap. suck your belly button toward the spine. You only have one more. Good. Knees down, sit back into the heels, and we'll come along to the other side. So again, elbows under shoulders, preferably. If you need to be up on the hands, that's fine. Just check your alignment, and we're going to straighten out that left leg down. Good. Push your elbows into the floor, suck your belly button toward the spine, nice and slow. Up, tap to the outside. Up, tap to the inside. Up, and tap. Up, and that's 2. Good. Don't let your body wobble if you can help it. Keep breathing, guys. 2 more just like that. Keep it strong. Push those elbows down. The last one here, up and tap, up and tap. Knees down, sit back. Grab a quick stretch wherever you need one. Well done. Okay. So now, before arms get too tired, we're going to come into a little crab walk. Oh, I hope you guys feel warm, especially through the glutes and core. So, shoulders down and back. I just want you to lean back onto your hands. No matter what we're doing, the shoulders are always down and back. And we're going to take a deep breath and tuck those heels in toward the body. Exhale and just lift the hips up off the floor. They don't have to come up really high. Keep the shoulders way down and back. And now I want you to put your fingers in toward the body and find that good alignment so that you can bend the elbows straight back behind you. We're going to all start with the hips on the floor. Inhale, bend the elbows. Exhale, press up. So this is our modification for the crab walk. If you don't want to lift the hips up off the floor or use the lower body, I'm going to show you another modification in a minute. What we want to do is feel the triceps, so the muscles in the back of the upper arm. Make sure your elbows are pointed straight back behind you. If you need to widen the hands out, that's fine. Then make sure the elbows are tucked in and never splaying out to the sides, okay? Give me 3 more just like that. Good. And 2. Keep that spine straight. And last one. Excellent. Now, if you want a little more, you can keep the hips on the floor or come up and lift the hips with me. And we're going to raise one hand to the opposite foot. And then shift and raise the other hand to the opposite foot. Shift and lift, shift and lift, shift and lift. I want you to make sure that your shoulders and your elbows feel comfortable here. I want you to notice the balance of the weight from one side of the body to the other. And if you want more than that, tap the toe. Shift and tap. Good. Keep those shoulders way down. 3, 2, and 1. Great job, release. And you can stretch whatever needs it anytime. Good, and now let's come into a little bear crawl series to really wear those arms out and our core, and then we'll come to standing. So once again, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. I just want you to check that alignment. Shoulders are way down, away from the ears. We're spreading the fingers wide. You can do any of these movements with your hands on the wall or on a bench instead if being down on the floor is too low for you. Now curl the toes under, take a deep breath in. Exhale and lift the knees just an inch up off the floor so that it's almost as though they're grazing the grass that's out there right now. Not so high that your hips are up toward the sky. We're not in downward dog. If you can't stay down here comfortably, knees come to the floor anytime. And that's where we're going to start. We're just going to lift and then lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now I want that lift. See if you can bring that lift from your core. When you lift, suck the belly button toward the spine and think of lifting your back and your hips up toward the sky rather than pushing down into the hands and the toes. 7, 6, 5, good, yep. 4, 3, 2, last one here. Oh my goodness, sit back and reach out. So that's a really good example of moves that look really easy and are actually pretty hard. That's what we want here. Everything we're doing should be harder than it looks because we're working the right muscles. We're going to try another bear crawl variation and then come to standing. So curl those toes under. You can lift the knees with me or keep them on the floor. And we're just going to tap one foot out and bring the knee right back underneath the hip. Press those shoulders down. Suck your belly button toward the spine. Try not to let anything move but the mobile leg. Remember, your knees can come down to the floor anytime. Lift, breathe. 7 more, 4 on each side. 3.5 on each side. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. Knees down. Ooh, sit back, give those arms a rest. Great job, guys. Okay, let's come through downward dog. Give those hamstrings a quick stretch, and then walk the hands back toward the feet. Just a quick forward fold, and then we'll bend the knees, roll up, shoulders down, reach up, breathe in, and release. Great. Okay, let's come now into a few squat variations. So squat is a really important move to make sure that we're always doing correctly. Stomp your feet into the floor first to find your alignment, okay? Make sure that your feet are pointed in the same direction. Don't have to be straight forward, but they should not be one out to the side and one forward. Hands on the hips or across the front of the chest, and we're going to inhale down into squat. Exhale and press up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Now your squat might be right here, just a tiny little dip, or you might bring your bum almost all the way down to your heels. However low you go, I want you to make sure that your bum does not tuck under, your chest does not cave in, your shoulders aren't coming up toward the ears. We maintain a straight spine, and especially alignment through the lower body. We're going to do 3 more just like that, nice and slow. 3, and lift. Push into the outsides of the feet as you rise up. Make sure the weight is always in the heels. Last one, just like that. Now let's come down to the bottom of our movement, really nice and slow. Hold here. Now pulse for 3, 2, and 1. Stand tall. Good. And again, down slowly, hold at the bottom. Pulse. 3, 2, and 1. Coming up. You can change your arm positioning anytime. 2 more. Down to the bottom. Pulse. Check that alignment. 2, 1, and back up. Last one right here, down to the bottom, whatever that looks like for you. And pulse. 3, 2, 1, and up. Excellent. Shake those legs out. Fantastic job, guys. Now we're going to come into a wide-legged squat. So stomp your feet into the floor. Find your alignment first. One heel, one toe wider. Good. You can even go another half a length wider than that if you want to. And when you come down, we're going to push the knees out over the tops of the feet. If you'd like more, reach the arms up alongside the ears, or you can cross them over the chest. Hold here for a moment. You can stand up anytime. Now I want you to feel the muscles on the insides and just above the knees working, and also the upper outsides of the hips and thighs. Sink lower if you can. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, come on up. Good. Inhale down slow. Exhale up slow. Moving a little bit slower in the squat. 2 more just like that. Push into the outsides of the feet to rise. Last one here, nice and slow. And come on up. Good. Now let's come down to our bottommost point, or halfway is a good gauge. Pulse. 3, 2, and come on up. Good. Let's come on down slow to the bottom. And pulse. 3, 2, and 1. And stand. 2 more just like that. Down slow to the bottom. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. And stand. 1 more time. Controlled concentric means slow on the way down. Really good for building those muscles that will help us rise. Pulse. 3, 2, 1, and stand. Shake it off, release the legs. Great job. We're going to come into now a curtsy lunge. We're going to start with a standard lunge first. So standing nice and tall, I'd like you to step one leg straight back. Toes are pointed forward. Tailbone is tucked. And we're going to bend the back knee, lift the back heel up off the floor, and sink down with that knee coming as close as you can get it to the floor. And again, you might be up here. Just a tiny range of motion, and that's fine. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale and press back up. Hold on top, take a little rest. I want you to make sure your knee never goes past your ankle on that front leg side. Let's come down slow again. Inhale down slow. Exhale up slow. Inhale down slow. Exhale, push into your front heel. Good. 1 more time, just like that. And push. Excellent. Now we're going to come down slow to halfway and pulse for 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Good. And let's do it again. Come down halfway. Suck that belly button towards the spine. Pulse. 3, 2, and 1. 2 more just like that. Come on down. You should feel that more in the front glute than the back quad. Pulse. 3, 2, and 1. 1 last time. Come on down. Hands are anywhere except on your front thigh. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Excellent. Step in, step back, or a combination of both, whatever you need. And we're going to come to the other side. So find your set position first. Stomp your feet into the floor, rock back and forth, find your center, shift to the other leg, extend that left leg straight back, toes point forward. Good, bend that back knee, oops, switch sides. Tuck your tailbone as you come down, pushing your back knee forward, lifting the back heel way up off the floor. Come down as low as you can. Here's where we just test our range of motion on this other side. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, push into the front heel to come on up. Now super slow, inhale down, and exhale up. You have 2 more just like that. Inhale down. Good. Tummy nice and strong. Shoulders relaxed. Last one. Down. Use that time and back up. Good. And now we're going to come slowly down to the halfway point and pulse. 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Push into your front heel. Good. 3 more just like that. Halfway point. 3, 2, and 1. Stand tall. And back down to the halfway point. Pulse. 3, 2, and 1. And stand tall. Last one right here. Dig right in. Lower if you can. Pulse. 3, 2, and 1. And stand tall. Great job. Shake it off. Whew. Take a breather. Grab a drink of water if you need one. And we're going to finish off with our curtsy lunge. So once again, finding our feet. We're going to cross the right leg behind the left. Lift the heel and tuck that back knee into the back of the front knee. So in this curtsy lunge, our feet are crossed over, and I want your weight to be even across both sides. If you're able, come down to the lowest point in your lunge. So we're really bending down. You don't have to come this low. You might be up here and just squeezing the thighs together. Good. And we're just going to lunge and then release. So we lunge down into our curtsy, and then stand and step out. Set position. Let's do it again, same side. Step behind, bend the back knee, sink right down, push into your front heel, and come on up. And we step out. We're doing 6 of these. This is number 3. Same side. Sink down, push into your front heel, make sure your knee feels safe. Come on up and out. Good. And 4. Keep that tummy tight. Arm placement is up to you as long as your hands are not on your front thigh. Step out. 2 more just like that. Twist. And bend. Check in with your knees. Lift your back heel way up off the floor. Squeeze your thighs together. Good. Last one right here. I want you to feel this in the outside of that right hip and thigh. Good. And come on up. And step out and let's shake it off. Whew. Great job. Now let's come along to the other side. So standing nice and tall. Now right foot crosses behind the left. Heel is lifted. We're up on the toe. We're squeezing our thighs together and then bending that back knee into the back of the right leg. Good. Standing up. Step out. Set position. Let's do it again. Twist. Bend. You can come into standard lunge if this is no good for you. Come on up. And step out. Remember that core strength. Twist. Stand tall as you let the body lower. Squeeze your thighs together. Feel it here. And up. And out. Good. We're almost halfway there. Dig in. Sink down. Lift that back heel up. Good. Push. So remember, some of the moves we do in this class, if you feel like you're just not getting them and you're not sure how, then do send us a message or come back to one of the modifications if that's more comfortable for you, okay? There's always an option. Just try not to stop moving if you can help it. That's our last one. Shake it off and release. Great job. Okay, now that our arms have had a chance to have a rest, we're going to come back into upper body. So if you have a mat, come to the back. We're going to stand nice and tall, even on all 4 corners of the feet. Breathe in deep, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to come into our walkout. So in our warm-up, we bend the knees. You can, or you can keep the legs straight, walking right out into downward dog. And then I want you to just walk the hands back toward the feet for forward fold. And now again into downward dog. And then into forward fold. One more time, just like that. Only out into downward dog, not too far. Grab a stretch for your hamstrings while you're here. And then we're going to walk back into forward fold. Great. Now we're going to walk all the way out into plank. If that's comfortable for you, knees can come to the floor anytime. And we'll lift the hips and walk the hands back, forward fold. And again, walk out into plank or down dog if that's what's best for you. Lift the hips and walk it back, forward fold. One more time, just like that. Walk forward, plank pose. Lift the hips, walk back, forward fold. Great job. Now we're going to walk into down dog. Shoulders down. And we're going to just tap one toe, come back to down dog, and then the other toe, and come back to down dog. I'd like you to move as slowly as you need to for your shoulders to feel safe. That's what we're working on here, is waking up those shoulders. You have the option always to come down to your knees and just do a little shift back and then into essentially a modified push-up position where we're shifting our weight onto the front of our body as we come back into that set position. Now if you want more, tap the toe, shift forward plank. Tap the toe, shift forward plank. This is a very big range of motion for your rotator cuff with weight. So I want you to pay a lot of attention to how that rotator cuff feels. It should never feel weak or painful or in the least bit compromised. So you're paying really close attention to that joint and moving slower if you need to, especially if you're not sure how it's going to react. Good. Give me 3 more just like that. 3 and 2 and 1. Plank pose. Knees down. Sit back, child's pose. Great job. So now we're going to do our side plank series while we still have some strength left in those arms. So I'd like you to first just lay down on your side, on your mat or on the floor. And I'm going to show you our easy, most gentle oblique contraction so that you can train those muscles of the side body no matter what kind of physical condition you're experiencing. So laying right down and just making a little bed for your head with that bottom arm. Knees and hips are at 90 degrees. Make sure they're stacked one on top of the other. We're not leaning forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and just see if you can lift that lower side body up off the floor. It doesn't have to come all the way up. We're going to hold here. So you just want to squeeze that bottom hip bone toward the bottom of the rib cage without squeezing your shoulders or your neck. So just lift up. Doesn't have to come up off the floor. We just want to feel that lifting sensation. And nothing else is moving, nothing else is working, just those little muscles on the side bodies. Good, and now we'll release down. You can use that movement and come into single repetitions, of course with the neck and shoulders relaxed, or you can join me into our side plank on the bottom elbow and knee, or on the bottom elbow and the feet. Your front foot can be in front or behind, it's all up to you. And we're bracing the core, pushing our bottom shoulder down. Good. Just hold here for a moment, and I just want you to feel those little muscles work. Good. Now let's come into a pulse for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Yeah. 4 more. Keep it strong. Last one. Now release in the plank, and we're going to come right to the other side. So open up that other arm. Or you can lay right down on the floor onto your side, and first I just want you to hold here. See if you can find the same position that you were in on the other side. Check your bottom elbow is under your shoulder if you're lifted, and let's pulse for 12. Great. Keep breathing. Right on, guys. You have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Release down through plank. We're going to switch sides again. You can just roll right over. Good. And again, you can reduce your intensity anytime also. Extending up if you're able, lengthening through those fingertips, shoulders down, and pulse for 1, 2, going for 12 again, 4. Everything is coming from here. Good. 7, 8, 4 more, 3, 2. Good. You can release down altogether, take a break if you need to, or just come right to the other side for our last 12 repetitions. Lift up if it's comfortable for you. Shoulders way down, and we'll pulse. 1, 2, 3. Keep that neck long. Keep breathing, guys. Awesome. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release, knees down. Stretch whatever needs a stretch. Take a breather. Great job, guys. We're coming now into a little bit of back, and then we're going to come into some more bear crawl variations, and then we're right into our cool down. It's going to happen so quick. So you can stand up if you want to, or you can lay down on the floor. I'm just going to show you our floor modification first. You're going to lay right down into our Superman, reaching out through those fingertips, and the heels are going to be turned in, toes turned to the outside, shoulders down and back, and we're just going to be lifting up off and lowering back down. Your option from standing is to tip from the hip and reach out with one arm at a time, or with both arms at the same time, and just contract, and you can release and fold forward, and then contract and release and fold forward. So it's all up to you where you want to be. What you want to feel is the muscles of the lower and middle back, and maybe also the glutes, and not the neck and shoulders. So when you're ready, inhale, exhale and lift. Inhale down, exhale, lift. Keep that tension out of the shoulders. 3, good. We're going for 8, 4. This won't be our only move. And 5, good. Keep it strong. And 6, 2 more just like that. 7, last one here. Good, hands under shoulders, sit back into the heels. When you're working your lower lats, you really want to be making sure that you take frequent breaks, because they're small muscles, we don't tune into them easily, they can be strained very quickly without us noticing. All right, our last back move is going to be just a little sweeping T and a W. So, again, reaching straight out. You can do this from standing with one arm at a time if you need. Gaze toward the floor, shoulders roll down and back. Inhale, heels turned in if you're laying down. Exhale, lift. Now reach out to the sides and reach forward. Out to the sides and reach forward. Here's 3 of 6 and forward. And 4, lift higher if you can. Good. And 5, pull them right back. Excellent. Last one here, hold out to the sides. Now we're going to pulse for 8, 7, bring it from the back, not the shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands under shoulders, sit back into the heels. Quick stretch, relax down, let the lower back release. One more back movement, and then we're coming right into our stretch. You can stop now if you need to. This is a lot for your lower back, so if you've got troubles or concerns, then please do just hold off. You can even come back to some core moves if you want to, if you're feeling that instead. Shoulders down and back. This time arms reach ahead and the palms are on the floor. Heels turn in or you're standing. Take a deep breath in. And we're going to exhale and pull the right elbow back as we slide that left hand back. Then I want you to push the left hand into the floor and contract the muscles of the back. Hold here for just a moment. Lift your right elbow higher. Touch your right thumb to your shoulder as close as you can get. Check your shoulders are down. And we really feel this here through the back of the body. Good. Now inhale, reach forward, stretch right out. Exhale and pull that left elbow back. Once you've reached that level of intensity that feels good to you, push the right hand into the floor. Shoulders way down. Hold here for just a moment. Check that alignment. Left thumb towards your shoulder. Elbow lifts and we squeeze it toward the tailbone. Let's move a little faster. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull back. Lift. Push down with your extended hand. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull back. Other side. Lift. Push down with your extended hand. One more time on each side. It's an intense move. Exhale as you pull back. Push down and lift. Good. Inhale, reach out. Last one here. Exhale, pull back. Push down, lift. Good. And reach out. Hands on your shoulders. Sit back into the heels. Take a quick break and just note that you can stretch whatever needs it. It's all up to you. We've only got 7 minutes left of class, so we're going to jump into our stretch now. Let's press up and step the right leg forward. Pressing those hips down toward the floor and looking for the stretch in the left hip flexor and quadricep. Good. Now, of course, throughout class, while I indicate left and right, you're not expected to be on the same side as me. Just make sure that you switch when I do. And if you'd like, you can lift the back knee up off the floor. Allow your hips to sink down. Press your shoulders down and back away from the ears. And breathe deeply. Good. Now let's bring that back knee down and bring the hands down to the inside of the front foot. You can bring the hand on the front leg side to the knee and look up toward the sky as you allow the shoulders to follow. Or you can reach up toward the sky with that right arm. You can wrap that right arm back behind the body if you want to. You can come up off that back knee. Remember too, your bottom hand can be up in a fist if that's more comfortable for you. And we're looking to finish off with this deep stretch as long as that's comfortable for your joints. Now let's reach up toward the sky, breathing in. Exhale, hands down to either side of the front foot. Step forward. Relax down, let the head hang. And we'll step back on the right side. Good, bring that back knee to the floor, press the hips down. Shoulders down away from the ears, and you can bring the elbows elbows up to that front knee, tucking the tailbone as we rise to find the stretch in the right hip flexor and quadricep. Breathe deeply, check that your shoulders and neck are relaxed and your jaw. It should be getting easier to smile here as well, hopefully. And if you'd like, you can curl the back toe under, lifting the back knee up off the floor, finding that stretch wherever is comfortable for you. Relax your hips, allow them to sink down toward the floor. Breathe. Yeah, great job, Bex. And now we'll bring that back knee back down to the floor, hands to the inside of the front foot, and we're readjusting our position so the hip and knee feels safe. And then when you're ready, you can bring that left hand to the knee, look up toward the sky, and allow your shoulders to follow. You can reach up with that left arm if you'd like. You can wrap the arm back behind the body. You can lift up off the back knee. It's all yours. Breathe deeply into the muscles you feel stretching, and as you exhale, just ask them to relax a little deeper into that stretch. Never forcing anything. If you feel like you're working too hard, you are. Good. Up towards to the floor and sit back in a child's pose. Or of course, you can come to standing anytime if that's what's best for you. Breathe deeply. Press those heels toward the floor. Now let's walk the hands back toward the feet, coming into our forward fold. And we'll bend the knees, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, shoulders down and back. Reach the arms out to the sides and overhead if you like. And we'll release down through prayer and release the arms. Now coming into a wide-legged stance. Toes point forward. And you can shift the hips around, especially if there's any kinks that you happen to have that I haven't covered here. And we're standing up nice and tall first. Tucking the tailbone and feeling that stretch maybe begin in the joints of the hips. Take a deep breath. And we'll exhale and tip from the hip, not rounding the spine. You can reach the arms down, letting them hang. Your hands don't have to reach the floor today or ever. And from here, we're shifting the weight into the heels, lifting our tailbone up toward the sky, breathing deeply, and relaxing down as much as we're able. Find the stretch in the backs and the insides of the legs. Everything worked pretty hard today. And if you'd like, you can bend one knee and then the other, just easing into that stretch. Make sure the weight is always in the heels and never comes forward into the toes. Now we'll bend the knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time, shoulders down and back. Sit up nice and tall, and we're going to take a deep breath in here. Exhale, bend the right knee, tip forward from the hip, and bring the right hand or elbow to the right thigh. We only bring the right hand or elbow to the right thigh because we don't want to be leaning toward that bent knee. If we do this, we're going to lose that stretch in the left thigh altogether, as well as twist the left knee. So I'd like you to, if you want to deepen your stretch, turn your shoulders gently toward the straight leg. You might do that from all the way up here, just a gentle angle. It's whatever is comfortable for you today. Make sure that your shoulders remain equidistant from the floor, so we never want to be dropping one closer than the other. Good, nice deep breathing always. Sink a little deeper into that stretch if you're able. Good, relax wherever you can. And then we'll inhale and come on up. Good, exhale and bend the left knee, tipping forward from the hip. Hand or elbow can come to the left thigh. And if you'd like to deepen the stretch, angle your shoulders toward the straight leg. Make sure this right knee feels nice and safe. When it's straight like that, it's at a higher potential for injury, especially on those tendons and ligaments on the inside of the knee. Good. Breathe. One more deep breath in. Exhale, let's stand up tall. A little bit of upper body. I'd like you to keep the feet wide. They can be just slightly wider than the hips here if that's comfortable for you. They don't have to be really wide. And we're standing tall. Knees are soft. Tailbone is tucked. Core is strong. Let's reach up and grasp the right wrist and just bend. Look up toward the sky if it's okay for your neck and shoulders. And I want you to feel that stretch in the right side body and rib cage. Keep your core strong to protect the lower back. Now let's inhale through neutral. Switch sides and drop the right shoulder down, expanding the left rib cage. Keep those knees nice and soft. Push the soles of your feet into the floor and feel the contraction in your core. Now inhale and reach up. Exhale, release the hands back behind you. Grasp the wrists or the forearms or clasp the hands together, and we'll press the knuckles down toward the floor. Good. Stand up tall. Make sure your belly doesn't pop out and the hips don't come forward. And we're pressing everything down toward the floor. Now when you're ready, if you'd like a little more, lift the arms up and away from the body, and then tip forward from the hips. Good. Brace your core. Keep the shoulders way down, away from the ears, whatever position you're in. And notice where you can relax. Good. Now let's bend the knees, look forward to come up with a straight spine. Bend the elbows, release the arms in front, curve and round the upper back. Release, work the heels and toes together, shake the legs out, and give yourselves a hand. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, guys. As usual, let me know if you had any questions. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you can make it next time. Bye now.